Hello there. By the time you're an adult, your ego has a well-defined and solid core. The beliefs that you've lived your life according to are so deep it feels like they live inside the marrow of your bones. This includes not only positive beliefs, but negative beliefs. Beliefs like, I'm unlovable, or no one's ever going to like me because I'm ugly, or I can't trust my partner, or the world is against me. If you want to learn more about these deepest and most ingrained beliefs, watch my video on YouTube titled How to Change a Core Belief. Your beliefs are so solid. It feels like when something contradicts those beliefs, or when you try to do affirmations that contradict those beliefs, it's a bit like somebody shooting an arrow straight into a solid steel wall. They just bounce right off. They can't really get in past that core of your ego that's convinced that the truth is quite the opposite. But what if I told you that there's a way to get in through the back door? On an energetic level, during orgasm, the flow of energy is sped up within the body. The body opens up to a state of receptivity, whereby the meridians and chakras of the body are receiving an unrestricted flow of energy. Alignment is occurring between the vibration of your physical perspective and your non-physical perspective. And thus, you experience a blending between the physical aspect of you and the non-physical aspect of you. During orgasm, your awareness of your identity or ego vanishes for a while. This is why orgasm or sex, tantric practices, for example, have been a modality that people have used to reach enlightenment for thousands of years. Simply put, in the space of orgasm, for just a moment, your ego ceases to exist. This leaves the door wide open for your heart. What does this mean for you? It means you can take advantage of this wide open door. You can take that opportunity to contradict the beliefs that your ego is so entirely convinced of. So I want you to think about these beliefs that the ego has latched onto and become attached to. Thoughts like, I'm not beautiful, I'm ugly. Imagine that that's like armor, a steel wall, and in the moment of orgasm, that armor doesn't exist. It's a perfect opening, so if you shoot an arrow of contradiction to that belief, like, you are beautiful, it doesn't bounce off the armor because it isn't there. It gets in. I'm going to give you 2 standard techniques. After I give you these 2 standard techniques, you can do whatever you want with this. Get as creative as you possibly can. You're just looking to capitalize on that open door in the moment of orgasm where that armor essentially doesn't exist. Let's say one partner is on top and one is on bottom. The one who's on bottom is about to orgasm. The person on bottom who's about to orgasm has really poor self-esteem. When the person on bottom begins to orgasm, they focus on opening up to their partner and allowing. It's a state of complete surrender. At the same time, when the person on bottom begins to orgasm, the person on top leans really close to their ear and whispers, "You're such a wonderful person." Now, this person can repeat it only once or several times, as many times as they intuitively feel is impactful for the person who's on the receiving end of this little practice. Here's a tiny tip for you also. Your partner doesn't necessarily need to know that you're planning on doing this reprogramming technique in the middle of orgasm. Sometimes it can be really impactful, especially for the nervous system, if there's no anticipation. It doesn't have any way to guard against it. So you don't necessarily have to let your partner know that you're about to do this when you go and do this. Now think about this also. This is why, or one reason, I guess, why it's really important to develop genuine intimacy with your partnerships, regardless of whether those are friends, but especially your romantic partnerships. It's important to see them, to listen to them, to feel into them, to really try to understand their internal world so you can get a feeling for what they need, so you can get a feeling for what their painful realities look like, so that when you're in the moment of this type of practice, you actually have a way to contradict those things, or you know what to contradict in the first place. But this is what's so cool about this. If you have a window into their painful realities, and in the moment of orgasm, you have this awesome opportunity to basically go around the back door with a way to contradict that painful reality so they can live a better life, then essentially you have a powerful hand in the improvement of the life experience of the people you love. Another variation of this exercise, this is my suggestion number 2, is that you can record either in your voice or in somebody else's voice messages that contradict one of your painful realities, like the world is against me, for example. You could record one message or several of either yourself saying something that contradicts that, like everything is here for your benefit, the whole universe wants you to succeed. And you could record that and then use earbuds or some sort of a device that plays it back to you while you're in the moment of orgasm as a result of masturbation. Essentially, the entire goal here is to give yourself a message or an experience that opposes your most deeply ingrained perceptions and beliefs during an orgasm. In the moment of orgasm, your subconscious mind is wide open for reprogramming. What does this mean? It means that when you give yourself a little loving, let's say, message or gesture, then instead of it being like a tick-tock bouncing against a wall where it bounces right back, it soaks all the way into your core. Now that you know this technique, feel free to experiment with it in any way you can. Come up with different ways to do this, to work with this concept of using orgasm as an open doorway to get things to soak into your being, to contradict your painful perceptions. And I would love if you come up with anything unique and interesting, a way to use this technique. If you could post it in the comment below this video, if you're feeling brave, so that we can all benefit from this technique, which has obviously worked for you. You deserve a life that is not run and operated by your painful beliefs, most especially because those beliefs are often not even true. Have a good week.